Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel, Stay Forever True. So today we're going to be talking about rose quartz, and this is another crystal that I say is great for people who are just getting started into crystals. And it's like, I hate to say it, like a basic crystal because it's so well known and it's just like almost everybody's favorite crystal, right? But don't let that stop you from watching this video because you need it, okay? So the thing about rose quartz is that it's going to work on the heart chakra. And with me being out in the public, like whenever I do shows, because I do have a metaphysical shop, and like I'll do shows and people will get the rose quartz, they'll look at it and I'll tell them like, it's really good for the heart or bringing in love. Sometimes they're just like, oh, like love, like I don't want to do that. Like, what's going to bring in money, like that's what they want. They want more of the material things, but honestly, working with your heart chakra is actually what's going to bring in money. It's going to bring in almost everything that you need. And I have a whole video talking about the heart chakra, but if you look at the anatomical heart within your actual body will send off blood to the rest of your body, and it also receives any of the blood that's within your body. So it's going to send out blood that has oxygen and nutrients for your cells, and then once that oxygen and nutrients is used, then your veins are going to send the blood back to your heart where it can then connect with the lungs and you can breathe in air, transfer that to the oxygen, then send more oxygenated blood out to the body, right? So this whole cycle is happening. And so if you look at that's what's happening with your actual heart when you're working on the heart chakra, which is correlated to the actual heart. What you're doing is you're allowing yourself to receive the energy that you need so that you can live, so that you can get the nutrients that you need, the oxygen rich energy that you need, right? Whatever the energy may look like, but also to release out, we release out CO2 to release whatever energy you no longer need. So anytime that there is some issue with the heart chakra, it's so important that we work on it, because how else are you going to bring energy into you if you have so much built up gunk within that space? How can you bring in money when you're not, even if you're shut off from it? Because some people, they shut down their heart. I realize just talking to people and just being out in general public, like so many people are tired of love. They're tired of relationships. They're tired of dealing with people. And I think if you only look at it like that, then I can see why it can be so tiring. But what I urge us all to do is look at working on your heart chakra or working with rose quartz as a way of you working with yourself and loving yourself and bringing that gentle, soft, nurturing, patient, compassionate energy to yourself. Don't look at it like you're trying to bring love, a person, a relationship into your life, right? Don't look at it as that. Look at it as you are bringing this to yourself, because you already have the energy within yourself. So I think if we look at it like that, then it's just so much more healing and refreshing, and it's easier to work on that. And that's actually the most important thing to do, is to bring love to yourself instead of looking for someone else to bring it, because everyone is going to come with their own baggage. Not everyone loves the same. Not everyone knows how to love. Not everyone knows how to express love the same way that you do. Not everybody knows how to love you like you need to be loved. So you need to learn how to do that for yourself first. Okay. You need to learn how to love yourself first. You need to learn. It's as simple as bringing oxygen into your body. Like, if you can't oxygenate your own body, how can you sit there and go put oxygen on somebody else's body if you ain't got oxygen for yourself? If you ain't got love for yourself, you can't expect to give it to somebody else. Or if somebody is trying to give you love, if you've blocked yourself from receiving it, how can you even know if somebody's trying to give you love? How do you know? How do you know if you've blocked it off from yourself even receiving love? For example, if you feel a feeling about something, instead of like cutting yourself off and being like, girl, we ain't gonna feel that way, or dude, like, no, we ain't gonna have, no, forget that. No, you can have that initial thought, but then something I've been working on is, okay, let's feel this. Okay, this is how I feel. This makes me feel. like I'm inadequate, or like I'm not doing something right, or I feel like I feel stupid, I'm letting myself down, I'm disappointed, like I'm just upset that I didn't do it the right way, or I didn't give myself enough time, or I just feel like I'm just not doing enough, I'm not being enough. Allow yourself to feel the feelings that you have. Hold space for yourself to be compassionate. Hold space for yourself to be patient with yourself. I'm learning this, especially as a mom, having my kids are going out of their like toddler phase, and they're going to start being school age very soon, especially my oldest. She's going to be starting school this year. So I'm really being more conscious of how I'm treating them, because I want the way I'm treating them to lead to them treating themselves good and also treating other people well. But if the person in their life that is supposed to give them genuine love is frustrated, is rushing around, is telling them do this, no, is doing all that, how are they going to learn how to take care of themselves? How are they going to learn to love themselves and then be kind and gentle and patient and nice to other people? How are they going to know that if the person that's supposed to teach them how to do it is always just kind of in a tizzy? So I'm working on that with myself, but I'm like, how can I give them love and compassion if I don't do it for myself? So I believe that Rose Quartz is teaching us that. She's here to be just a gentle reminder of that true unconditional love and compassion that we all have within ourselves. And unfortunately, because we have maybe given our energy to other people, especially if you're giving energy from an empty cup, as they would say, right? You give your energy to somebody, that person misuses it because they're probably not taking care of their heart. Then you feel burnt, you feel scorned, you feel a lack. And that lack mentality that you have is going to correspond to your finances. It's going to correspond to the abundance in your life. It's going to block it. Right? You give it from an empty cup to somebody else who has an empty cup that doesn't know how to receive it, doesn't know how to use it. And that person is not then pouring back into you. And if they are trying to pour back into you, you don't know how to receive it. You don't know how to identify it. You don't know how to use the energy. And that's really what it is. Rose Quartz is trying to show us how to use one of the highest frequencies out here, which is love. Love is supposed to be a gift. And even in me saying this, I still think about relationships and being like, oh, it's just so hard to be in relationships, even like with your parents, even with friends. Sometimes I just feel like, does this person really like me? Like, am I sending off the right messages? Should I be talking to them? Maybe I need to like push them to the side. And it's just like, it can be very hard and it can be a struggle, because I think so many of us are not giving to self first and not just allowing ourselves to be vulnerable for ourselves. If you like, oh, forget love, that's okay. Forget love. Forget trying to push my love onto others and trying to get love from others, but I should always put my energy into loving myself. And that's not getting your nails and hair done. That's not spending money on this and the third. It's doing exactly what I just said, allowing yourself to feel your feelings, allowing yourself to just take a minute and be like, just go in a corner and cry. Talk to yourself. Talk through it. Okay, you feel disappointed. Yeah, I feel really disappointed in myself. Da 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 da. Okay, I understand you feel that way. And it's okay to feel that way. But you tried. Didn't you make an effort? You tried to do it, right? Yeah, I tried. That's good. Keep trying. You can do this. This is only your second time doing it. Try again. What have we learned from that situation? What else can we do differently? Do we need to take a break? Do we need to take some time to relax? Do we need help right now? Do we need to ask for help? Is this something that I feel like I can't take on myself? Yeah, but I don't trust anybody. I don't trust to ask for help. Just, how about this? How about I just put it out there that I'm open to receive help and guidance from people and energies that are here to help me and support me for my greater and higher good. I'm open to it. And I receive it with open arms, and I'm very grateful and thankful for it. Can you just put that energy out there for yourself? Because I think the one of the things that makes it hard for us to put ourselves out there is because of the lack of trust and because of something that has happened in the past. And if we can look and be like, okay, that happened in the past, but it's the past and I'm here now. Meaning it happened. I'm here now. I made it through that situation to where I'm at right now. So I can make it through this situation to get to the next step. And throughout that time, I had support. Now you might not say, nobody helped me. Ain't nobody. Did you watch a video that helped you? Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. Did you hear somebody say something? Did you see something that inspired you? Did you have a moment to just take some time to breathe, and you just took a little space of time, and within that breath, something came to you? You were supported. Were you able to eat during that time? Were you able to do something for yourself throughout that time? Were you able to make money or build money or pay a bill or whatever during that time up till now? Were you able to sustain yourself? Yes, because that's why you're here. You're still here. So realize that you're always supported, that there's always going to be energies and people that are here to support you. That it's always going to happen. Like they say, there's more than enough pie for everyone. So really focus in on that. Like, I'm always supported. I'm always loved. I'm always cared for. And if you feel like nobody out there can give it to you, you can give it to yourself. You give yourself, literally, I already said, you give yourself oxygenated blood. Every time you take a breath, you give your body what it needs. Simply by doing something you don't even have to think about. You ain't even got to think about breathing. And you give your body what it needs. You ain't got to think about your heart pumping and beating and putting blood out into your body and bringing blood back to your heart. You ain't even got to think about it, and it happens. So you are already supported just by thinking and looking at life like that. And I know it's hard, y'all. It's very hard to put yourself, like even me doing this video, I had to sit with my favorite rose quartz. I started to sell this, and like once I got it from my supplier, I was like, this is mine. I was like, this is mine. I sat with this before the video and I meditated with it, because it's been harder for me to do videos. Even though I'm doing them because I feel like I've kind of cut off my connection, but I didn't, but I needed to sit with the energy for a minute. And it was kind of like, it's hard for me not to cry right now, because I sat with this and I just had to tell myself, like, thank you for getting to this point. Thank you for supporting me to this point. I'm talking to myself. I know that it's been hard for you. Like, everything has been harder, but man, you've accomplished so much. You've had so much support and love throughout this time. And throughout all of this, you've been here for yourself. And simply knowing that and believing that and holding that energy for yourself is going to change your life. It's going to help to heal your energy. Rose quartz, yes, she's a little basic, because she's well known, but she's needed. She's necessary. Her energy is needed and necessary. And until you can open up that heart, it's going to be very hard for you to integrate your lower self with your higher self. Your heart chakra is in the middle of the chakras. It's the middle chakra, part of the main chakras. It's the middle of the main chakras. And so in order for you to take this earthly world, this 3D dimension, right, the third dimension, and connect it with the higher self, you got to go through the heart. You have to go through the heart to get there, to go back and forth. You got to go through the heart to take the energy that spirit gave you in your upper chakras and the information you got and all of this good stuff and the stuff you're saying. In order to make words into matter, you have to go through the heart and bring it down here to the lower chakras to make it manifest. You have to. And once it manifests, in order to keep it, you got to keep bringing in information and energy from spirit and your third eye and seeing things differently and speaking and You got to keep doing that to keep it. So it's always this road of going in and out and flowing and giving and taking it. There's always this. And some people, they get to the point where they're fine with completely always giving. I'm going to give you this. 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 And then you got the people that's saying, I'm always giving to people, but whenever I need something, I never get anything. Like, nobody ever is there to help me. What's up with that? You got to ask yourself, are you giving from a space of lack? Are you only giving because you feel like this is how you show people your worth? in order for people to like me, or for people to accept me, or for people to be around me, or for people to want to have me in their space, I have to offer something. Me being who I am is not enough. If you're giving from that space, you'll always come to a conclusion that no one is willing to give to you. Because you're giving out a space of lack. And more than likely, you're giving to people who are there to use you. And then it gets you into that victim mind, that victim mentality of, I'm always giving, but nobody is ever giving to me. And you have to think, who are you giving to? And why are you giving it to them? And if you know you don't have it to give, why are you giving? Sometimes the best thing you can do is just send somebody some love and some light and be like, hey, I'm gonna say a prayer for them. I'm gonna send them some good energy, but I don't have it to give right now. And that's okay. That's okay if you don't have it to physically give. But if energetically you can give them something, you're good. And some people, they just give because they feel like, hey, I have it to give, I'm gonna give it. Like, I got it to give. Whether I get it or not, hey, the universe always provides, so I'm good. I'm just here as a vessel to be able to be used, and I'm grateful that I have what I have to be able to help others. That's sometimes how people are, that's the way their makeup is. And then you got the other people that's just like, oh, I'm taking. This is mine. Okay, I'll take it. And they're constantly in a position of having to take from people, and they can't keep it. That's why they got to keep taking, because their energy is, there's still a lack mindset. I don't have enough for myself, so I got to take what you got. I got to put my hand out waiting for you to give me something. And put my hand in my pocket and be like, give it to me. Because you feel like you don't have enough already. So you have that greed within you, that user energy within you. Then you become the predator. So how can we get into the middle space of the universal love of using this rose quartz? Is we have to love and heal ourselves for ourselves. Not relying on anybody else, not giving anyone else responsibility for our heart. Don't give anybody responsibility for your heart. In my mind, that's not what you're supposed to do. And it's a thin line. Don't they say it's a thin line between love and hate? Like, it's a thin line between you giving your heart away to others and you're just kind of out here with your butt sticking out, like hanging out road, whatever. Or there's a thin line between you just taking and you just doing you're using, right? There's a thin line between that. And also there's a thin line between you protecting your heart and also you building up walls. It's a difference between you protecting your heart and building up walls, because when you're protecting your heart, you're taking care of your heart. When you are building walls, you're just saying, you're just defending your heart. But the heart is still in there like, okay, but are we going to just keep fighting? Can we actually use this energy? Like, if all your energy is on fighting something, how can you take care of something? And if all you're doing is trying to get more and get more and get more, like, okay, I don't have enough, let me take this, and take it away from other people, how are you actually dealing with your problems? You're just trying to accumulate more stuff. This is why some people, they hoard. You can see it in a person. The heart chakra is something that you can definitely see within a person. Either they're going to hold on to too much, or they're going to get rid of everything. They're going to be constantly pushing out their energy. But the balance is a balance of give and take. You have to balance it. Well, I don't want to take nothing from nobody. I don't want to, honey, you take it from the earth every single day. Mother Earth, you stripping her every single day. The fact that we got crystals, we take it from Mother Earth every single day. So what you mean? The ego is the ego. You allow your ego to tell you, oh, I can't do that. I'm too proud for that, or I'm too da 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 da. Or you allowing your ego to be like, man, I ain't got it. I ain't got nothing to give. Shoot, I ain't got it. And you got it to give. So try to find that thin line between taking care of yourself, loving on yourself, listening to yourself. Feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. It's even times, even when like I have an argument or I'll just feel like really sad and depressed, and I'll just get my rose quartz and I'll just literally just hold it, and I'll just like hold it and lay in the bed and curl up like a little baby and just hold it. And it's just like, it's like I'm hugging myself. It's like an external representation of like that part of me that just needs love, that just needs attention, that just needs to know that everything is okay. Because it really is, y'all. It really is. Like Mother Earth, the mother, she always provides. She always gives. And Mother Earth, I feel like it's not always the best way of saying it, because I feel like Mother Earth is masculine and feminine energy, because it's going to protect us too. We use Mother Earth to make shelters for ourselves, right? Everything we have is because of the earth. She protects us. She provides for us. She does all these things. She teaches us lessons. You know, all these things for us. So if you can't do nothing, focus on yourself. That's the best thing you can do, is focus on your energy. And that's not the same as shutting people out. It's not the same. But at some point, you may need to go into hermit mode in order for you to really learn to trust. And it all starts with you trusting yourself. Trust that the decisions that you make are in alignment with your higher energy. Trust that the people that you have around you are in alignment with you and with what you want. Just trust it. You have to, but you got to trust yourself first, because otherwise you're always going to have a guarded and closed heart. You're always going to be looking for something else out there, the next thing to get you high off of life, when really all the energy is within you. Love is one of the highest frequencies, they say. And it's free. It's free. Crying is free. Talking to yourself is free. Loving on yourself is free. Giving yourself a hug and being like, we did it. We made it. We made it through another day. It wasn't the easiest day, but we did it. We made it through. And simply doing that over time, writing notes to yourself, just writing in your journal. Take time for your energy. Take time for yourself, and your life will change. You will feel this immense healing over you, and you will attract the people, the things, the thoughts. Everything that you need is going to keep coming to you, and you're going to have more than enough to give to others, so you can be a blessing to other people. It's so beautiful to be a blessing to other people. But if you coming from lack, if you don't have enough and you trying to do all of that, that's where some things get jammed up. This is why the people that's the most generous. My aunt was a very, very generous person. Extremely generous person. And she passed away during COVID. Not because of COVID, but I just know that she wasn't taking care of herself the way that she needed to. But for her, and maybe, you know, for her, it was easier for her to just give and give and give instead of giving to herself. Because she already had the heart to give, but maybe she cut off the ability for her to give to herself. But of course, she's not going to just hold on to herself. She's going to give it to other people. You know, and so sometimes it leads to you having health issues. This is why a lot of women have breast cancer. It's right there. It's in the heart chakra space, because we're always giving. We're always saying, let me just give to you. We literally give our body to another being to bring life into. We literally do that. Like, that's what all women have done that have given birth. They've literally given their body to another being. Another being has lived off of their body for however amount of time, you know, whether you breastfeed for a year, whatever, you know, whatever you're doing. But we're giving. But if we don't learn to then bring the cycle, to continue the cycle back to ourselves, give yourself the love. It's not about loving other people. If you love yourself, everything else will come. That's really the key. Love yourself. That's it. And if we all learn to love ourselves, we will naturally have more than enough to give. Why you think Mother Earth always got earthquakes and tsunamis and all of that? Because at some point they are purging the energy out. They saying, oh, okay, you give me all this BS, all this toxicity. I'm about to purge out some stuff because I don't need this no more. This is hurting me. So let me get rid of some folks. So Mother Earth, like, I got to get rid of some of this stuff on top of me, all this on top. I got to get rid of some of it because it's not for me right now. Like, it ain't serving me. So I got to get rid of some things. You know, it gives and it takes. It is what it is. And that's, as humans, we have to learn the energy of giving and taking, giving and receiving. It's how you're going to attract money. Trust me. But that's how you find joy, is working on that heart chakra. So I hope that this was helpful to you all. And this is definitely energy that I want to keep working on within myself. It gives you a more lighter energy when you're working on your heart. You just feel more light and free, and you don't have to always fight. Whew. Just think about, like, I know, like, with me, like, all I gotta do is hug my mama, and I just be like, if I'm feeling like vulnerable, if I hug my mama, y'all, it's just something about it. You just melt. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, like, the burden is finally over. Like, I could just relax. Like, mama. And y'all, I've taken care of elderly patients, and I tell you, at the end, they looking for their mama. They looking for that love. They just want you just want unconditional love. That's really all we want, y'all. We want to be accepted for who we are. But we got to accept ourselves first, y'all. We have to do it for ourselves first. And then we can all be healed. And this can all be a groovy world, man. It could be a groovy world. So I hope you all like this video. I do have a metaphysical shop. Go check it out. I make jewelry and I sell crystals. And I'm looking for some vendors to have in my shop. So if you make metaphysical items, or you know someone who makes spiritual items, whether it be a book, you have tarot cards, or if you make jewelry, or you make incense, things like that, soaps and things like that, maybe some things are infused with crystals or incense and all that stuff, let me know. Okay, let me know. Hit me up. My email is in the description box. I just want to send everybody love, peace, acceptance, and understanding, because that right there is going to take all of us far. We're not going to need to keep looking for things anymore if we can focus on that, because we all have it within us. Trust me, it's all there. Peace. Remember, in all that you do, stay forever true. Peace. Hey, you all, I wanted to add this, that one of the most powerful things that we can do is surrender. And when you're at that point where you're tired of doing it, where you're tired of putting in all that work and all that effort and fighting and doing all of that, surrender. Come to that point where you just say, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. I'm tired. That's one of the most powerful things you can do when it comes to working on that heart chakra and working with rose quartz. That's why I said, when I get like overwhelmed, I'll just grab my big old rose quartz and cuddle with it. And just think about it. When a person is giving birth, right? When a woman's giving birth, at some point, they got to be like, I got to get this baby up out of here. If you ever been through childbirth, so it gets to that point where you're like, okay, I have to let go of this energy. I have to let it go, or me and this child not gonna make it. So you have to learn when to let it out, when to just let it go. And that's when you can get the best gift. You know, you get the baby, you get the manifestation. It's like the seed is planted, right? The energy comes in, literally. The energy comes in, the sperm come in, you know, plant the seed, all that good stuff. And fertilize the egg, I should say. And then you nurture it, you take care of it, you give it time and energy. And then at some point, you got to let it go. You have to birth the energy to bring the manifestation. You got to let it go. And some of us are holding on to things, and it's blocking anything else from coming in, and it's blocking the manifestation from actually being birthed, and it's hurting us. It's hurting our bodies. Heart disease is up there, y'all. CHF is up there, y'all. It's up there. Hypertension, all this stuff that got to do with your heart, it's up there. High cholesterol, all these things that got to deal with your heart and the vessels in your body, it's up there. The amount of people that are on freaking hypertension, high blood pressure drugs is high. It's extremely high. People got hypertension, don't even know about it. So there's the issue with the heart. It's the buildup of things. And I think that it's easier to give than it is to receive for a lot of people. And then on the flip side, it's easier to receive than it is to let go. It's easier to take in information than it is to actually use the information. So sometimes we got to let memories go. Let the heartache go. Easier said than done, but that's life. But it's sometimes you got to let it go, and you got to heal, you got to forgive, and you got to love on yourself.